Hi everyone, welcome back to part 3 of our journey into the cycle of rebirth, death and rebirth. Why do people often hide their emotions or choose to stay hidden? Could it be that we're afraid that if we reveal our emotional anchor, the thing that keeps us grounded, it might get taken away, leaving us feeling unstable and anxious? You see, stability is balance, and when that balance is lost, we easily fall into a void, a state of confusion, imbalance, or fear of the unknown. At our core, we humans are constantly calculating, making logical decisions to reach a certain goal, a desire that seems to come from somewhere deep inside us. But where does that desire actually begin? That might be one of life's greatest mysteries. If we are to cut across the cycle supply of death, it would be hard to pinpoint where that desire truly originated. Even from the moment we are still in wombs, we form from nutrients, a combination of the father's seed and the mother's nurturing egg. But it's more than just that. It's the collaborations of the dominant and recessive genes from both families lie both sides of our ancestry. And yet, some children are born prodigies, genius minds who seem to appear without any clear connections to either family. So, is that just a mutation? Or is it something more? Perhaps a higher plane from the universe? Whatever it is, it doesn't need to be hidden, and is not something we can fully control. When the causes and effects are scattered across lifetimes, sometimes we, as humans, simply don't have the answer. No matter how much we try to manipulate or plan based on someone else's opinions, the power of karma, of cause and effect, still belongs to the universe, and all we can really do is go along with it. Our emotions change constantly with time and with the environment, both within and around us, following a grand order that moves through an entire universe. The cycle of karma and rebirth doesn't just apply to the world at large. It applies to communities, societies, families, individuals, cells, and even our thoughts. They all go through cycles of birth and death over and over again. And even through our simple breath, inhale and exhale, we can begin to feel that cycle of life and death. Inhale gently, follow the breath as it flows through your nose. Feel your chest and reach down to your belly. Exhale, feel the breath leaving through your nose, and notice your belly softening and sinking. When the six senses, sight, sound, smell, taste, touch, and thoughts, feed information into our memory, we react to the environment based on those stored experiences. Every change in our surroundings triggers calculations to adapt. But sometimes our mental habits take over and we overthink or overreact. Sometimes the past is long gone, but we keep reliving the same joyful feeling just to stay in that emotion. That's what we often call delusion. A loop. We get stuck in it again and again. And sometimes the future hasn't even happened, but we're already overwhelmed by calculations, worries, and comparison that assault our nervous system. And just like that, our thoughts swing around like monkeys, jumping from past memory to future predictions. The cycles of thoughts keeps looping, trying to dig through the past to plan the future, even if the past is over and the future isn't here yet. But we treat them like they're real, and we get stuck, trapped in that cycle. We may be physically living in the present, but our minds aren't. Our emotions aren't rooted in the now. They're clinging to illusion, chasing shadows. Only when we meditate, when we return our focus to the breath, to the body, and to the present thought, do those endless past and futures thought begins to fade away. Inhale gently, follow the breath as it flows through your nose. Feel your chest and reach down to your belly. Exhale, feel the breath leaving through your nose and notice your belly softening and sinking. That's when the present moment becomes crystal clear, bringing us a kind of awareness that only meditation can offer. On the anxiety about the future, on the fear, the pain from the past, they disappear. The monkeys in the mind stop jumping from branch to branch, and we begin to experience peace here and now in this very body. But some of you might wonder, if we don't think about the futures or learn from the past, aren't we just being passive and lifeless? That's actually a really great question, especially for those who are on this meditative path. You should understand that we are not trying to erase the past or ignore the future. What we're doing is taking a break, finding peace in the present so that the intensity of the past and the worry about the future don't throw us off balance. In meditation, we start to see the natures of cause and effect more clearly, and we learn to accept it with wisdom. With the mindful mind, we stay present, and when thoughts or desire rise up to disturb us, we begin to notice which ones are illusions, which ones are tricks of the mind, and we learn to return to peace. At that point, you are not clinging too hard to the past, present, or future. You simply following like a river. And even if sadness, fear, or anger arises, you are recognize it quickly, and it won't hurt as much as before. Thoughts of karma and rebirth don't bother or trap you like they once did. You start letting go of the overthinking, the emotional hiding, and the desperate clinging. As your acceptance and inner peace deepen, and you're no longer seeking by the outside world, your goals soften. You become more open, more in tune with everything and everyone around you. You begin to feel compassion even for the struggles and misfortunes of all beings. A physical pain, a moment of humiliation, a loss of status, or a burst of anger, none of it can shake you anymore. Destiny placed us here, each with our own role, our own name, our own attachments. We are actors in a grand play, feeling every emotion fully as we move through the senses life has written. And even though it's not always easy, we try our best to play our part and to keep moving forward. Each day, we live with curiosity and calm. Every joy, every sorrow, every stumble, we welcome it all. Out there, the play of good and evil continues. But we choose to walk the path of goodness, not out of judgment, but out of habit of karma, because that's the path that may bring us peace and perhaps bring happiness to others too. Speaking kind words and understanding this concept is only the beginning. We must practice again and again until it becomes natural. Because fate will try to make us forget. Temptation and karma will try to lead us astray. And if we are not mindful, we'll fall back into old patterns, repeating the same cycle over again. Human evolution is about rising, following that scared calling inside. As long as we believe in karma and in endless cycles of rebirth, we'll keep practicing and keep growing. Of course, we'll forget sometimes. We'll fall back into old thoughts and behaviors. But if we have kind companions on the path, they remind us, lift us up when we forget, and help us return to awareness. Karma and rebirth are intertwined in each of us and in the world around us. Whatever frequencies you think and feel, that's the kind of energy and companions you'll attract. And if your instincts are good, they'll pull you higher. Faith will lead us toward an open, bright, and peaceful path. At some point, you stop fearing life and death, because you will understand it's just how things are. And the mission of breaking free from this cycle will be yours to choose. I truly hope to contribute something meaningful to this world, knowing full well that everyone has their own karma and no one is exempt from it. But the good things, they're waiting for us. If we keep striving, inhale gently, follow the breath as it flows through your nose. Feel your chest and reach down to your belly. Exhale, feel the breath leaving through your nose and notice your belly softening and sinking. This has been a long session, so we'll wrap up our reflections on karma here. The journey in the game of the breath will become more and more fascinating if you truly cherish it. This practice, like a habit, unlocks every door inside your body and mind. So stay with me, keep watching, and keep practicing in this video and the ones to come. If you have any thoughts or reflections, feel free to leave a comment below. And if this video helped or inspire you, please hit subscribe, like, and share it with someone who might need it. Thank you.